I'm not really sure where to start or what I'm going to say. I mean, you don't like when you really love somebody and you can't let them go. You've been with them through thick and thin and you love their company, you love being around them, but yet you always know in the back of your mind that you're going to expect disappointment, that you're always going to be let down. That is the relationship that I have with Arsenal. This is my 11th season with Arsenal, the first ever European final that I've seen the Gunners partake in. I wasn't supporting them in our 2006 Champions League final, and yet I am disappointed, I'm upset, I'm angry, but then I'm not surprised. I mean, I was really, really confident for the last few weeks. I was really, really confident tonight. Leading up to tonight, I've been really, really confident, and I've just been excited going into this Europa League final. I just thought we had a real chance of getting back into the Champions League. I thought we really had a chance to win the game tonight, and I said that I felt we were favourites. And I have to say, first and foremost, brilliant, absolutely brilliant Chelsea. Chelsea were absolutely superb, and they've got nothing to play for. You would have absolutely understood, and maybe because I'm not a professional player, but Chelsea are in the Champions League. They've only recently won this competition. What incentive do they have to go out and win this trophy? Maybe for Sarri, for him to win his first ever trophy as a manager, maybe that is the incentive. Apart from that, I don't see any other incentive. So you would have totally, and I would have totally understood Chelsea just not being at full throttle and Arsenal playing at their best. Very similar to the 2017 FA Cup final, where Chelsea weren't at full throttle. We were at full throttle and we blew Chelsea away, despite the scoreline suggesting otherwise. But for 20-25 minutes, Chelsea were absolutely superb, and they thoroughly deserve this win tonight. They were absolutely breathtaking. And you're looking at an Arsenal side that, we blew Valencia away by 4-2. We've beaten this Chelsea side at the Emirates. We can do it. We just didn't do it tonight in the most important game of them all. I mean, it's our own fault. We bottled the Premier League season. We bottled tonight. And we deserve to be in the Europa League. We are an Europa League team. I think if we'd got into the Champions League, we wouldn't have, we probably would have gone out of the group stage, but we would have been knocked out in the last 16. And where English sides are right now in the Champions League, we're nowhere near that. But I still want to be in that competition rather than the Europa League. This is the third consecutive season of going into an Europa League, unless Manchester City get a transfer ban, which there is always light at the end of the tunnel, not a transfer ban, but a UEFA Champions League ban, which means that they would miss out on Champions League football next season and we would actually get their place. I mean, I think that is as Arsenal as it gets. But welcome back to the final match review of the season, the 2019 Europa League final in Baku as Chelsea took on Arsenal. This is not the final analysing Arsenal of the season. We have got a season review coming up, as well as a Premier League season review and a Champions League season review that will be out in the next month or so. But let's focus solely on tonight. Tonight I was confident. As I said, I was a little bit nervous. I was fairly nervous as we moved into the later stages of the game, but I kind of felt that we had a real chance to really make a statement, and I just felt that Chelsea had injuries. They had no Rudiger. Kante was a doubt, although he did play. But with a midfield of Kovacic and Barkley, I've seen that because of my dad being a Chelsea fan. I've seen Chelsea be weak, be spineless, and I just felt that Chelsea are as bad defensively as we are. So I felt that our firepower with Lacazette, with Aubameyang, with Ozil, with what Aubameyang did on the last day against Burnley in the Premier League, what he did in that stunning second leg against Valencia, combining with Lacazette as well, him getting the golden boot, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and also Mesut Ozil. I felt this was going to be the night where Mesut Ozil really stood up and kind of, showed everybody as to why he's the most paid player in Arsenal Football Club. And they didn't do anything. I mean, I didn't see anything from Aubameyang. I didn't see anything from Lacazette. And it would be really, really easy to just throw all of the blame on Mesut Ozil. But he did absolutely nothing. I mean, you've got, Eden Hazard, who is, regarded as Chelsea's best player. You've then got Mesut Ozil, regarded as Arsenal's best player. Hazard gets assist and 2 goals. Ozil doesn't even create one chance. I mean, he's a playmaker. That is his job. That is his role. And he doesn't even create one chance over 90 minutes. Granted, I do think the scoreline is slightly harsh. I don't think we deserve to lose 4-1. We had 16 shots, but we only had 2 shots on target. That is a problem. it was a 50-50 game, and for the first 45 minutes it was very, very cagey. It was one of those games which could have easily gone into extra time, penalties, but it needed one of the sides to step up, and unfortunately for Arsenal, Chelsea stepped up in the second half. We slacked off, and as soon as Olivier Giroud scored that goal on 49 minutes, I could see where it was going. I could see Chelsea getting the second, and then the third, then the fourth. I mean, it was, you could see exactly where it was going. Arsenal's heads dropped, and we just lost all composure, all calmness, and we didn't have the mentality in ourselves to stay calm, stay compact, get one back. I mean, you know, at 3-1, if we'd got another one, we could have put real pressure on Chelsea. But the worst thing to do when you've just got a goal back and you've got a fighting chance, a slim fighting chance to get back into the game, the worst thing to do is to concede. And literally, 3 minutes later, we concede. And at that point, it was game over. At 4-1, I knew it was done. I mean, we've seen a lot of shocks and surprises this season. I knew it was absolutely done. In regards to the team selection, I mean, I was fairly happy with the lineups. But what I wasn't happy with is, I understand it's Petr Cech's final game, and it isn't because he's becoming Chelsea's footballing director next season. It's not because of that. It's not because of loyalty. Petr Cech is a very professional player. Sorry, I'm just moving the screen down there. He's a very professional player. He's a very kind of charismatic professional goalkeeper. He's on the field. He's an Arsenal player. His job and role is to help us win the game, and I don't see him not playing to the best of his ability just because he's playing against his old side, the side that he's going to be working with next season. I do think that we have made Petr Cech absolutely awful. And obviously, when age comes into it, as you get older, you age, and he has aged as a player. But I don't think we've developed Petr Cech in any way, and if we have developed him, we've actually taken him, backwards rather than forwards. But, we've got Leno, who I'm still not entirely sure about, but he's a better goalkeeper than Petr Cech. I don't understand when you've got two goalkeepers, and a lot of teams are doing it now, where you've got your league goalkeeper and your cup goalkeeper. But if your league goalkeeper is better than your cup goalkeeper, surely you play your league goalkeeper in a European final, because that goalkeeper is better than the other goalkeeper that you've had. And while Petr Cech has got us to an Europa League final, it's the final. Play your strongest side. I would have played Leno tonight. Whether that would have changed the outcome of the game, I don't know, but I wouldn't have played Petr Cech. I know it's his last ever game, but no, I wouldn't. We've got a better goalkeeper on the bench in Leno. We've got him. We've bought him. Use him. Why are we using Cech? It doesn't make any sense to me. I think Koscielny had one of the worst games I've ever seen. I think his Arsenal days are done. I mean, he's too inconsistent. He absolutely kept Jorginho, Hazard, Pedro, Higuain. He kept them absolutely quiet in January up at the Emirates when we beat Chelsea 2-0. He was all over the shop, and in fact all of the back three for Arsenal were all over the shop, and in fact we didn't play the 3-4-3 very well tonight, and we played against a 4-3-3 that were very compact, very composed. Kante being back in the side, he's very good, and even though there was injury problems, he was absolutely superb, and he helped Jorginho. It's one of the first times also that I've actually seen Jorginho track back and defend. I mean, I think he played absolutely magnificently, and Chelsea's midfield bullied Arsenal's team in that second half, and the chances just kept coming. I mean, the cross that came in from Pedro was delightful. Giroud's header, really powerful header, really well taken. I think Cech could have got to that one essentially, but again, it was a fantastic header from Olivier Giroud. The second goal from Pedro, Chelsea just cut us open. It's like a knife going through bread, and butter, I should say. But it's one of those. I'm so angry that I'm sprouting anomalies that don't even make sense. The ball went across, Pedro tapped it in for 2, a penalty, which was a penalty, and Hazard, obviously, in his last ever game, he will be, a Real Madrid player come next season. I'm absolutely 100% crystal clear, sure of that, unless something amazing happens if Chelsea manage to keep him. But he says that he feels it's goodbye. It is goodbye. You can see by the way that he played tonight and his reactions in lifting the trophy and how he acted with the Chelsea players. It's the end of Eden Hazard. It's unfortunate to hear, but it is the end of Eden Hazard. He slotted his penalty away, and then just to make it even worse, after Iwobi scored a screamer from outside the box to give us hope, Hazard goes up the other end. Lovely link-up play between Pedro, Giroud and Hazard. Hazard slots it in, and they were very good, Chelsea, at passing the ball across the box. We didn't have any defenders to cope because we were so exposed, because we were throwing so many men forward, that they just passed the ball across, and Chelsea had at least 2 or 3 tap-ins tonight, along with Giroud's header. We had a penalty claim very early on, which I felt was a penalty. I felt Kepa on Lacazette. I felt that Kepa got the man before he got the ball. In my eyes, I thought it was a penalty, and had that been given as a penalty, I feel that that would have changed the game, because I said to my dad that the first goal was absolutely crucial. The other team will drop, they will lose their heads. I felt Chelsea would have done the same had we'd gone a goal to the good. But in the end, Chelsea got the first, then the second, then the third. Yes, we got a hint, a touch of potentially getting back into the game, but then Chelsea all but sealed it. And, you know, I'm happy for Maurizio Sarri, because he's had a lot of criticism this season, and, you know, he's taken Chelsea in their first season from 5th to 3rd. He's won them a trophy and got them to another final. I think he's had a very, very good season. He doesn't play great football. He plays boring, passive, you know, acidic football, which is absolutely, you know, sometimes disgusting to watch. And tactically, I don't think he is as good as what many people thought he would be. But yeah, he's won his first ever trophy, got Chelsea into Champions League football by 2 different ways, by winning a trophy and through their league position. I think there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Again, like I said, Manchester City's Champions League ban may be our redemption and our saving grace. Ultimately, Unai Emery needs this summer to get rid of the players that don't fit his mould. He's had now a full season, and I think he has taken Arsenal further. I think he's from where we were at this stage of the season, last season when Arsene Wenger departed, to where we are at the end of Unai Emery's first season. I do think he's taken the club further. Obviously, we're still in the Europa League, and, you know, Unai's got to get into the Champions League and then push for 1, 2 and 3. It is going to be interesting to see what players we can acquire in the summer, who stays, who goes. All of those questions are going to be interesting to find answered over this summer, but I'm going to give you my full findings to Arsenal in the season review I will probably do. So I'll do the Champions League review on Sunday. I'll try and get out the Arsenal season review the following weekend, and then the Premier League season review the following weekend as well. So by the end of June, the football season will be wrapped up. Along with that, we've got Nations League football as well. I'm disappointed, I'm upset, I'm angry, but I kind of want to gather my thoughts in full to take into account the entire season before I really give you my, you know, genuine thoughts. But what I'd say that it has been a disappointing campaign for Arsenal, but Unai Emery is taking Arsenal in the right direction, and Chelsea, for another time, you know, they've just been absolutely sensational, winning the Europa League 6 years ago. They're Europa League winners again, and we will have to pick ourselves up and go again for a Champions League spot next season, and also to potentially win the Europa League again. And guess what? Probably we'll get Manchester United next season, who probably will knock us out. So I'm going to leave analysing Arsenal there for you guys today, and I have enjoyed analysing Arsenal. We will be, you know, kicking off a brand new season next season as well. I'll talk more about that in my Arsenal season review. And thank you so much for all of your support to the series. This is the final match review of the series, and I've thoroughly enjoyed doing analysing Arsenal. There was a time that I was kind of considering to stop doing these match reviews, but I really do enjoy them, and I look forward to being with you for the ride for next season. We've got some reviewing to do coming up, so stay tuned. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're only around here, and I shall speak to you all later. Take care, and I shall see you all very, very, very soon. Bye bye.